Hi guys, I'm Jeff Scott.
I'm Jim Reed.
Welcome to our video series. It's a series where we delve into the bargain bins and hopefully scrape the bottom of the barrel and maybe review some games that you'd never think of playing. And hopefully maybe find that hidden gem.
And this episode, we dare you to play Sin City, the game. Because sometimes winning a board game means killing a whole lot of people.
That is true. And it's a game for 2 to 6 players, and it's for ages 18 and up. So it's a great family game.
Okay, so here's your basic board setup here. You're going to put 7 dames in Old Town, 7 creeps in the farm, 7 cops in the police station, and then you're going to set 2 of each in each other's place all around Sin City.
Now basically the game comes with 3 main characters. You have Marv, Hartigan, and Gale. Each of them comes with their corresponding little metal doodads there. Think Monopoly, but on a smaller scale. So basically, you take your character tokens and you place them in their corresponding place on the board. You place Hartigan in the docks. Marv is placed at the cathedral. And last and least, Gale goes downtown.
Once setup is complete, each player is going to draw one of these babies, a goal card. The game comes with quite a few, and the object of the game is to be the first player to resolve 3 goals.
Then one player will take the Gladys token. This will indicate the current player. And now, you're ready to play.
Some examples of the goal cards are: there must be at least 7 dames in any one space other than Old Town. Mob Uprising has: there must be at least 7 cops in the body count. Incoming Shipment: there must be at least 10 creeps in these 3 spaces combined. And Look the Other Way: there must be at least 5 different spaces on the board with no cops.
Let's get it on.
Okay, a current player's turn consists of 2 steps. Step 1 is the setup phase, step 2 is the action phase. In the setup phase, each player playing will take a turn moving either a creep, a cop, or a dame from one of their starting locations to any other location in Sin City.
And once all of them are down to 4, that's the end of the setup phase.
The next step is going to have the current player drawing one of these, an action card. Then that current player is going to read each one of these and perform them in the order listed on the action card. So an example here, this action card, the first thing it says is to move Gale to a space with at least 1 dame. So we'll move Gale from down here over to the Night Fight Motel because there's at least 1 dame present.
And then once she's there, the next thing on the card says you move 3 creeps from that space to any space of your choosing. So we have 2 creeps here. We take them because we only have 2, not 3. And we'll move them over here.
The next step of this card indicates that Gale will now attack. Before she attacks, you will roll 1 die and determine how many spaces she's going to move around Sin City. The current player decides which direction she's going to go. I can either move her this way to the mission or 4 spaces around here to the projects. Let's move her to the projects.
So for a character to actually attack, you refer to your card that actually tells, for Gale, she gets to kill all creeps and sends all dames back to Old Town.
So in this example, she would kill both of the 2 creeps, and then she would send both of the dames back to Old Town.
Now the other characters, Hartigan can kill all cops and still sends dames back to Old Town, and Marv, being the character that he is, gets to kill pretty much everybody except for dames.
Anytime a character is killed, they become part of the body count, and they go into a pool in the center of the board. At this point of the game, everyone will check their goal cards to find out if they've accomplished them or not. Dude, you don't have to rip it up. You can try again on your next turn to accomplish the goal.
Oh, sorry.
If you do manage to accomplish your goal card, you gently put it down in front of you and draw a new one. So that pretty much is the gist of the game. Each turn you're going to be moving a couple of these tokens around depending on the creeps, dames, or cops and trying to accomplish your goal. And I would say just about every goal has you putting a certain amount of a certain token in certain areas on the board, or possibly killing a certain amount of a certain token, either cops, dames, or creeps.
Right. Well, actually, dames actually don't get killed
at
all
right.
in the game. They just go back to Old Town because apparently it's Don't want to kill women.
The goals are actually very simple. It can usually be accomplished on 1 or 2 turns.
Yeah.
The goals are actually extremely easy to accomplish and can usually be accomplished on either 1 turn or possibly 2 turns. The game says it takes 30 to 60 minutes, but
We did it in 5.
in about 5 minutes, I had 3 goals, he had 2. We did 1 more turn just to see what would happen. We both accomplished another goal.
Yeah, and it's very simple. Just, moving stuff around. It's so not complicated.
There's not much to it, which is probably why they added in expert rules.
Exactly. So let's go to that right now.
Now, the rules state here that they do not recommend that you start playing with the move cards until you're at least comfortable with the basic rules.
Yes.
The basic rules, of moving a piece 1 space and then reading a card and doing what it says.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're familiar with that,
Then you can move on to the expert stage.
of the move cards. And here they are. Each person will get 3 move cards. 1 with a move 3, 1 with a move 2, and 1 with a move 1. How they work in this expert mode is when you roll the dice for moving the characters around the board, if you roll a 3, you could add your move 1 card to move it 1 more space.
Complicated, I know. Wait, there's more. And according to this, there are tricky moves you can do with these move cards. Let's say you take the 3. Well, that means you can move 1, 2, or 3. Or the 2. You can move 1 or 2. But the 1, you only go 1 space.
Okay, so that's Sin City the game. Start out talking a little bit about the components. They're fairly average. The chits aren't too bad. The cards are pretty chunky and oversized. And these pewter pieces that come with the game are a nice touch. They definitely didn't have to be in there. They're real heavy for the characters. So, pretty average.
And I really do think this dice is loaded. So if you ever go down to the crap tables, little hint there.
Pick this game up before you go.
Absolutely.
Anything else?
Well, strategy-wise, it's very simple.
Yeah, there's really not much strategy there. Whatever your goal says, it's usually moving one of the 3 types of villains around the board, the cops, creeps, or dames, and that's what you're going to be doing, is getting them to where the goal says to take them. The rules indicate that if you add those movement cards to the game, that it'll make the game a lot more nastier and a lot more fun. I think you could probably add a lot more fun to this game, and it still wouldn't be very fun. One of the ways that they did think maybe you could make the game a little more fun
is add these new goal cards that are blank. So you can make your own goals to increase the fun value. Like we made some for ourselves, like order pizza.
Play Monopoly.
Slit your wrist. And the other thing about the game is that the artwork is very simple. They didn't actually take it from Frank Miller's artwork at all. They took it from the movie and did a little bit of Photoshoppy it up a little bit. So it's not that great. In fact, they seem to use the same characters and the same pictures over and 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 over again.
Here on We Dare You to Play, we have a 2-tier review system.
Tier 1, we like the game, so we're going to keep it and put it in Jim's collection.
Tier 2, we hate the game, and we need to make sure that no one is ever subjected to this copy of the game again.
And to accomplish this, we're going to go Sin City style. So to help us out with this, right, Jim? Is our other co-host, Matt McHale.
This game stinks!
And next time,
We play with kittens.